Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Mastery series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. And today I'm actually going to be using the same team that I used in my last video, which was my Thanksgiving video. I did make this team before Thanksgiving, and I did make this team and test it as a real team, not just as a Thanksgiving meme. But I did really like the team a lot, and so I wanted to keep trying it today. And then I do have another team being built right now that I'll probably show off in my next video. So we are approaching the end of the month, and that means the end of the season. I honestly haven't checked, and I probably should check this just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure my guess would be that, because the DLC is coming in 2 weeks, basically 2 weeks from this week, almost exactly 2 weeks, we will be getting the new DLC with a bunch of returning Pokemon and a few new Pokemon as well. So that's super exciting. However, that'll be in the middle of December, so I don't think that they're gonna change the rules and allow those Pokemon until probably January. So we probably won't have a brand new meta until January, which means the month of December, the next season, will probably be this same exact meta. Maybe they'll surprise all of us and actually make it the new meta in December, or maybe they will do like they did with the Teal Mask DLC, which was the new Pokemon released, and then for 2 weeks or so, they made it so that only the brand new Pokemon were legal in the meta out of nowhere, and then the returning Pokemon like Snorlax and Chandelure were not legal until the following month. So maybe they'll do something weird like that, but either way, I'm excited for that. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time on this team because I talked about it last time. So if you missed the first video and you want to hear me talk about the team in detail as well as a team code to try it out for yourself, definitely check that video. I will have it linked at the end of this video or maybe in the description as well. So yeah, let's get to some games. Game number 1, my opponent has a few notable Pokemon. Importantly, they have Meowscarada, which it's a Pokemon that I've always really liked. Unfortunately, it's just, not fast enough these days, but I still think it's pretty decent. They also have Ninetales, which you definitely want to keep in mind with Ninetales. Typically, they're gonna use Aurora Veil. And even if they don't have other Pokemon that can take advantage of the hail or the snow, whatever you want to call it, if they can get up Aurora Veil in the snow, then all their Pokemon have, basically boosted defense and special defense, which allows them to easily set up. So with Pokemon like Dragonite and Ursaluna and even Fluttermane, it's actually pretty terrifying. So I really would prefer that my opponent doesn't get up their Aurora Veil, but I'm not sure I can really stop that. I could lead with Moth. This might be really weird, but I actually might lead with Iron Moth, because I can potentially Sludge Wave the Ninetales. It's probably not great, and wasting my booster energy that early is probably not great, but I don't want to bring Espeon to this fight. I think Salamence seems decent. We definitely want a bulky Pokemon, and since this team is showing off Galarian Moltres, I'll go ahead and bring that as well and just kind of see, but my opponent's team is pretty scary, to be quite honest, so we're going to see how this plays out. I didn't really talk too much about the team. Like I said, you can, watch the previous video, and I will have a Pokepaste in the description as well, so you can check out at least the EV spreads and all that. But basically, this team was built around Galarian Moltres, if you missed that previous video, and it's kind of a bulkier set with Nasty Plot, and the goal is just to kind of survive hits and, do a lot of damage with Galarian Moltres. I tried to optimize Galarian Moltres' strengths. My opponent leads with Urshifu. I wonder if they expected me to lead with Iron Moth. Okay, so I have some options here. I can Terra right away, but obviously that's never a fantastic thing. If I do that, then my other Pokemon, I think the funny thing is, well, it's not funny at all. If I Terra, I actually kind of lose to Fluttermane, so I actually don't think I can go ahead and do that, which is really unfortunate. So I have a couple options as far as moves here, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Discharge because it is super effective against them, and it could get a paralysis. And luckily for me, my opponent switches, and they do have Ursaluna on their team, so if they go into Ursaluna, it'll be immune, but no, they go into Dragonite, so this is really good for me because I can get off a Discharge, maybe Paralyze. I do not Paralyze, okay. They might go for... They took that really well, so I'm assuming they're kind of bulky. A lot of Dragonites I've seen when I've been testing on Pokemon Showdown have been more support-oriented with like Thunder Wave and like Air Slash. I wonder if this is one of those. If they have Earthquake though, of course, like I could switch into Salamence, but sometimes Dragonite runs Scale Shot. Dragonite's just so good. I think Dragonite does also often have Rocky Helmet. I'm gonna click Sludge Wave. This is probably stupid though. Yeah, honestly, oops. Oh wow, the Extreme Speed. Okay, I'll take that. I was gonna say this was probably stupid. I probably should have just switched into Salamence because it was most likely that they would go for Earthquake, but maybe they expected me to switch, which is why they went for Extreme Speed there. I'm really tempted to Terra and go for Dazzling Gleam, but that could really backfire, so I think I'm gonna switch now, because if they do have Flutter Mane in the back, Salamence is honestly like not my most valuable Pokemon. Salamence is good against Dragonite and good against Urshifu as well, so like getting it in here is pretty good for me. And given that they had Extreme Speed, it is possible that they are not the bulkier Dragonite that I was talking about. So I get the Intimidate on them, and I take that really well. And I'm gonna use this opportunity to Dragon Dance, which is pretty greedy. I could have Wing Beat, but I know Wing Beat's not going to do that much damage against them. And knowing that they're not really doing that much damage to me, I think this is okay for me. A worst case scenario though is if my opponent goes for Scale Shot, which again, sometimes Dragonite does run. Man, Dragonite is just... there's a great reason why it's just straight up one of the best Pokemon in the meta, and it has been since Scarlet and Violet released. It is so versatile. It can fill like any role on a team. It's pretty insane. They actually have Draco Meteor. Okay then, all right. I mean, maybe this was dumb of me, right? Because like I was saying, there was a chance I was expecting that they could have... what am I trying to say? Scale Shot, and they didn't have Scale Shot, they had Draco Meteor, so that was a little rough for me. If they had Scale Shot, I probably could have taken that, but anyways, I'm going to go into Moltres now. I should be faster than them, so if I go for Fiery Wrath, there is a chance I can flinch them. I could also go Hurricane, which of course could miss, and I could Nasty Plot. I should take Extreme Speed decently because my opponent has the -1 attack. They have Earthquake as well, which I'm immune to. Well, they haven't even seen Earthquake. I'm just going to click Fiery Wrath and see what happens. Maybe that was dumb though. Yeah, I feel like it was pretty likely that they were going to go for Extreme Speed. And very sadly, Galarian Moltres does not have Roost anymore. Ooh, that does like nothing. That does like no damage. I'm gonna Nasty Plot. Oh, this feels so bad because like it's a prediction game and I feel like I'm just kind of making I'm making some dumb plays. Like, you know, they might switch if they just click Extreme Speed again. I obviously take that decently well. I don't think they're gonna go for Draco Meteor ever again. I still don't know what their other moves are. I feel like they have Roost. Yeah, they do switch, so that actually ends up being a good play for me. If they do go into Flutter Mane, I do have the Terra Steel type, which they might not be expecting. But they go right back into Urshifu. And the thing is, I am a Dark and Flying type despite the way I look, so either of their moves, either a Water type or a Fighting type move will do neutral damage against me, so I don't think there's a chance. I don't think it's a good idea for me to Terrastalize here, because if I do and they go for the Fighting type move, I die. So we're gonna just kind of test this out. I'm gonna click Hurricane. I might be faster, but I also straight up just might not. Yeah, I don't know. This is not going great for me. They switch. Okay, well, Hurricane should do a lot of damage to anything that comes in, of course, assuming that it hits. They go back into Dragonite. If this hits, they probably die. Perfect. Beautiful. I love that. I'm surprised, though. I actually really am surprised that they went back into Dragonite there. I guess the fact that I got off the Nasty Plot, like, scared them away, but... Now they go back into Urshifu, and honestly, I can't do anything but Hurricane here. I still don't know who their last Pokemon is. They go Surging Strikes. Oh, I think I live that. I definitely live that, because Citrus Berry will proc now, so I will get the recovery before their third Surging Strikes hits. Although it would have been really close if I did not have the Citrus Berry. That would have been a close call. I possibly could have gotten knocked out there. So And I'm at a pretty decent HP. Please hit Moltres. Oh, I forgot I get this special attack boost as well. Come on, Moltres. Yes, I love you, Moltres. All right. So if their last Pokemon is Fluttermane, I like my position. If their last Pokemon's Ursaluna, I still feel like I'm in a good spot because I can just click Fiery Wrath and I'm at +3. My opponent could go for Vacuum Wave, but I hope that I live that. It is Ursaluna. Wow, okay. So my goal here is just get off as much damage as possible, and I don't want to mess around. If I click Hurricane and miss, the game is over. I might possibly die to a Vacuum Wave, but I don't think so. So let's see. Yes! I mean, I think my opponent had a chance there, right? If somehow they Vacuum Wave and killed me, which I probably live it, but if I didn't, then I go into Moth, and honestly, my Iron Moth is not offensive. It's a bulkier Iron Moth, so all they need to do is click it, like, especially if they kill me with a Vacuum Wave, they're at full health, they win the game. So there was a world there where my opponent actually could win that. So that was a very premature concession, but I will happily take that because Ursaluna is a scary Pokemon. And in playing more of this format, something that I'm realizing is there are certain threats that are just like, if you're not prepared for them, they can absolutely destroy your team. I kind of feel like Pokemon like Gliscor and Blood Moon Ursaluna, for example, are two Pokemon, like, not only are they strong, but they're just so specific with what they do that if you cannot knock them out, they actually could just do so much damage to your team. I mean, Ursaluna just does massive damage. Gliscor doesn't do damage, like literal damage, but by poisoning things and stalling things out, it can be really difficult to deal with. So it just feels like there's so many individual threats that you have to prepare for in this meta. And honestly, it just feels like you cannot prepare for all of them. So it's a really wild meta. And then, as I said as well, you know, Dragonite can be Dragon Dance, it can be Choice Band, it can be like Fire or Fire Spin with like Thunder Wave and Encore. It could be, you know, Thunder Wave with Air Slash, and like my opponent, it could have mixed offensive stats. It could have Extreme Speed and Draco Meteor. Like, there's Dragonite's just insane. And then, you know, not to mention Fluttermane and Chien-Pao. And Urshifu and Goldango. There's just so many Pokemon that are just insane in this meta. It's pretty crazy, I would say. But anyways, let's go ahead and do another game here. Game number 2, my opponent has Ting-Lu. I did not mean for that to rhyme. They also have Sneasler, both of which are scary. However, Espeon's pretty good against each of those. And the main reason I have Espeon on this team is because of Ting-Lu. And luckily for me, the other Pokemon that is likely for them to lead with, Sneasler, is 4 times weak to Psychic. So I think Espeon is a great lead here for me. And then also Espeon's like decent against Urshifu. I guess it struggles against their ghost types. And it could be okay against Dragonite if they lead with it. Like, if they lead Dragonite, I might just trick it the Choice Scarf right away. But anyway, beyond that, so Espeon's great here. Beyond that, we definitely need something to handle those ghost types, and I think that's gonna be... The funny thing is, both of them are ghost and fairy, so while my dark types are great against their ghost types, they're not good against the fairy portion of that, but I do think I like Crawdaunt here, and actually I might want to Terrastalize Crawdaunt in this game, because it can, like, it's Terra Fairy, so it can take hits better from Urshifu if I do that, and from Fluttermane and Mimikyu, but... that is kind of rough too, because I also like Salamence. Do I ever bring Moth? Mimikyu, their Mimikyu is a problem. Let's go ahead and try my own Mimikyu actually, because I have Will-O-Wisp for all their physical attackers, and then against Fluttermane I can definitely threaten it, and then against their Mimikyu, I mean, I guess I can burn it and just kind of, it's kind of a coin flip at that point. So we'll try it out. I think Mimikyu actually looks pretty solid here. So Espeon has also been a Pokemon that I've just been loving. Like, it's actually been really good, and the main reason I put it on this team is to deflect Stealth Rocks. But there are actually cases where people just kind of don't know what to do against Espeon. Like I've had a couple of situations, like more than one situation, where the opponent actually forgets about Magic Bounce and they still click Stealth Rock against me. They go Fake Out with the normal gem. This is going to do a lot of damage, but this does reveal to me, oh wait, they're going to have Unburden. Oh wow, ooh, this is a great turn for my opponent. They're going to have Unburden, which means they are now going to be faster, so that's really annoying. However, I don't think I can switch here. Because, yeah, after this I'll probably go into Mimikyu, but this is really rough. No, wait, I'm dumb. They have Poison Touch, so I'm faster than them. So no matter what, I will be faster than them, and they might switch here. The question is, do they have a Pokemon that can switch into a Psychic type? If they brought Ting-Lu in the back, this is going to be awful for me because, you know, I'm Choice Scarf, so if they go into Ting-Lu here, I'm going to have to switch out. If they stay in by some chance, oh, so they should die here. I don't see a world where they survive this. Perfect. Okay, so that is great for me. Honestly, if my opponent goes into Ting-Lu, I might just stay in and click Psychic just to die. And maybe they'll go for Stealth Rock and I can, you know, basically knock that back to them. But I would say Espeon served its purpose here. It took down their Sneasler, and I'm really happy about that. You know, typically Sneasler does outspeed Espeon, so I have just revealed to them that I have Choice Scarf, so that's important information. If they go into Mimikyu here, I am Terra Normal, so I actually could, you know what, actually? I'm gonna go Crawdaunt here. I'm gonna take the Shadow Sneak and get some damage on them. I do have Terra Normal, but since I'm poisoned, I actually don't want to Terrastalize because my Espeon's probably going to die pretty soon. So I don't think I want to Terrastalize there. I could Terrastalize here. I'm very tempted to do that, and I did say that's a lot of damage, by the way. I did say that Terra Fairy on Crawdaunt would be pretty solid in this match. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, honestly. And then I'm just going to, I think I just start with the Aqua Jet. Kind of doesn't matter. No, I'm gonna knock off. I don't think it matters that much because they're probably gonna click Play Rough here or maybe Will-O-Wisp if they have it. But we're gonna go ahead and Terrastalize here, and we might be able to take them down. I think we're gonna take them down. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough because like I'm thinking like, oh, they have what? So they have Giga Drain. What? That is really weird. I don't know where you ever run Giga Drain. I didn't even know Mimikyu got Giga Drain. That is just weird. I knew Mimikyu has, what did I knock off, by the way? Oh, Life Orb, duh, I've been seeing that. I knew Mimikyu has, like, Wood Hammer, but I didn't know it has, Giga Drain, which is, that's just so weird. I'm gonna have to click Terra Blast now, though, because they're actually recovering some health, so, yeah. I guess Giga Drain Mimikyu is a thing, and it's actually kind of helping my opponent here. My opponent, importantly, has not Terrastalized yet, though. So, yeah, we have to keep that in mind. If their last Pokemon is Dragonite, though, I am worried about a Dragon Dance. But then I have Mimikyu in the back with Will-O-Wisp. So, their last Pokemons are Shifu. Okay, it's probably going to be Terra Water. And they're probably going to click Surging Strikes, which would kill me. That would reveal whether they have a Punching Glove or not. I'm going to click Knockoff. I'm assuming they're going to Terrastalize here. Yeah, they do. And it's probably Terra Water. That's like probably the most common Terra type on Water or Shifu, just to boost the power of your Water moves and to remove that Fairy type weakness. So they're probably going to kill me here. I am bulky, but... Oh, they actually have Iron Head. Okay, yeah, that definitely kills. All right. They have Rocky Helmet, or they did take Rocky Helmet damage, but Rocky Helmet is not a punching move, because Punching Glove, the item, boosts the power of your punching moves, such as Surging Strikes, and it also prevents you from taking contact damage. So that doesn't tell me anything right there, the fact that they took that damage. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. I could go into Espeon. I feel like they have Aqua Jet. This is actually... Because if I go into Mimikyu, they have Iron Head. Not sure I can live one once they break my Disguise. And the funny thing is, the Grumpy, I love that. They're going to be faster because I'm actually not invested in speed. Well, and Urshifu outspeeds Mimikyu anyway, naturally. I could click Play Rough. Should I click Play Rough here? Just to get off damage? I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp. Once again, we still don't know their item. Oh, I'm so dumb. They have Surging Strikes. Oh, they're probably going to kill me now. There's one, but I don't think I survived this. Oh, this is so bad. I mean, I didn't think about this, and I should have, so that's kind of dumb on my part. However, do I survive? Oh, I do. I barely survive, and then I can get off a burn if it connects. Okay, it does. That's something. I was gonna say, like, it was dumb of me to forget that they have Surging Strikes. However, it didn't matter. Like, nothing I would have done would have changed the outcome. So whatever becomes of this battle, like, I did what I could, I think. They're probably gonna have Aqua Jet. They don't. Okay, this is great. Just get off some damage before I go down. And they get some burn as well, which is pretty nice. The moment of truth, though, is my already weakened, poisoned Espeon. If I had not gotten poisoned against their what's it called? Their Sneasler, there's a chance that this battle goes easier for me. However, I'm max special attack. I am modest. I am gonna be faster than them. I guess they could be Choice Scarf. If they're Choice Scarfed, GG, bro. It's possible I live since they are burned. Let's see, everyone. This is gonna be a close one. I am faster. Please, Espeon, we love you. Woo! That's great. Oh, I love that Choice Scarf Espeon. Oh, yeah, this Espeon is growing on me, and I actually have been throwing it on other teams. It's awesome. It's so cool. I have just enough speed to outspeed, I think, Fluttermane with the Choice Scarf, or I think even Iron Bundle. And then the rest of it, I have max special attack with the Modest Nature, and then the rest of it I have in defense to take hits better. So, I mean, it's been surprising. People just kind of don't expect this Espeon to do all the work that it does. That's another awesome win. I'm really happy about that. I'm really loving this team. So, and we got to show off Mimikyu this game. Let's do one more. Yeah, I love how in this video alone, I've brought every single Pokemon at least once. So that just shows, I think, that it's a balanced team, which I like. Now this team, on the other hand, is something I don't like. They are pretty scary. They have Chi-Yu, which is a great counter to my Espeon. They actually have a lot of Pokemon that are great against my Espeon, actually. One reason I want to bring Espeon, though, is because of their Gliscor. Like, they cannot poison me with Toxic, and I can just, like, do a lot of damage with Psychic, since Gliscor does not have great special defense. But beyond that, honestly, Espeon is just bad here. It's not good against anything else. They have Tyranitar, they have Scizor, which can take hits for days and has a lot of damage. Like, yeah, I as much as I need something that can really help me counteract Gliscor, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be Espeon. With that in mind, though, Crawdaunt could be a good Pokemon to bring here. And I do think I will. It's actually pretty strong against... In some ways, it's really good against everything. So I do want to bring Crawdaunt here. And then we're running out of time here. Iron Moth. I don't love Moth. Mimikyu is an option. And then we're going to go with Moltres. We do want some good special attackers because they have Pokemon like Gliscor and even Baxcalibur who excel more in the physical defense department. Tyranitar too, but Tyranitar has Sandstorm, which kind of automatically gives it a boost to its special defense. Honestly, my opponent's team is kind of scary. I love their trainer card at least, so if I lose, at least it'll be against someone with a good trainer card, right? Let's see what happens here. Scizor is the lead, interesting, and I lead Crawdaunt, so this works out pretty well for me. Of course, they could have the Bug-type move, but there's no way I'm switching here. I'm just going to click Knockoff, and even if they have a Bug-type move, I might survive it. I think I do, just barely though, but getting a Knockoff this early sounds pretty good as well. They do U-turn, which is kind of what I was expecting, and it's just a clean one-hit KO. I think that's Choice Banded, right? That's got to be... I feel like I'm bulky enough that, you know, like I probably should have taken that better. I didn't want to Terrasilize there because it's a Steel type, so I feel like if I go Terra Fairy against them and they like go Swords Dance or something like that, then they just threaten me with that Bullet Punch. So I don't know. That was not a good early turn for me, definitely, but I don't know what else I could have really done there. This battle is honestly off to a really rough start right away. I could go into Mimikyu here and get off a free Swords Dance, but, you know, Ursaluna once again is just a real scary Pokemon. I could also go into Moltres, and I could Terrasilize, but I don't think I'm going to do that much damage against them. What do I do here? It's a prediction game. Oh, man. It depends on what their set is. If I... okay, so here's the thing. I think I'm free to Terrastalize right now. The problem is this Terrastalizing opens me up to taking a lot of damage from Vacuum Wave. But I expect them to go for either like Calm Mind or like Blood Moon or Hyper Voice here. So I think I'm okay to Terrastalize. They're not, I highly doubt they're clicking Earth Power here. So I'm just gonna start with the Nasty Plot into the Terra. Or Terra into Nasty Plot, whichever comes first. I do expect them to, again, either go for Calm Mind or a normal type move, and I will resist that by Terrastalizing. And then from there, we'll see what happens, everyone. Obviously, as a Steel type, I'm going to be better positioned against their Scizor as well. But just from looking at it, this battle is not looking great for me right now. But we'll see what happens here. I won the first two, and they were pretty good games, so even if I lose this one horribly, we will say we tried. They go Moonblast. Okay, I do resist that. And they... oh no, they do get the special attack drop. No, okay. So now they can go Earth Power and do massive damage. That sucks. I'm going to click Fiery Wrath and maybe get a flinch. Moonblast is a move you don't typically see on Ursaluna. They do have Vacuum Wave. This should... oh wow, it doesn't get my berry, nor does it... ooh, that does a lot of damage. All right, I'll take that. They have a berry though, so unfortunately, I think we might have to just click Hurricane here and just hope for the best. They will take me down to Berserk here, as well as give me my Citrus Berry. Knowing that I take that Vacuum Wave really well, I'm actually kind of like feeling a little better here. So again, this gets my Berserk going, so I'm once again at +2 special attack, and I get the Citrus Berry. If I hit this Hurricane, we are going to be in a really good position here. Yes! Oh, this Moltres is amazing! Moltres has hit all its Hurricanes today. I mean, it's not over yet. The battle is not over yet, but that is fantastic. I love Moltres. I'm trying to think of their team. I feel okay against Tyranitar. Definitely against Scizor. They do have Tyranitar. Okay, well, I mean, they can definitely Terrastalize here, so it's not over yet. I do have Terra Blast, though. We'll see what happens, because, of course, they could have Earthquake, and that could just ruin my day. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here, but I'm in a better position now than I thought I'd be. If they don't Terrastalize, they might not be expecting me to have Terra Blast, so they might not be expecting me to have like a strong Steel type move out of nowhere. I am at +2 special attack, importantly. They do Terrastalize. If it's Terra Water or Terra Fire, I'm gonna cry. Especially if it's Terra Fire, because one of the ways I can beat this thing... oh, nice, okay. One of the ways I can beat this thing is with Mimikyu burning it, so... I'm glad it's just Terra Dark. This should do a lot of damage. Oh, and importantly, I don't think they have the special defense boost anymore with the Sandstorm because they're not a rock type anymore. Okay, that does... they might be Assault Vest because that still does a lot of damage. And then they low kick, and thanks to, once again, to... wait, I get it again! Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, that's insane. Okay, that's awesome. And they... ooh, this is just not going well for my opponent. This is actually a little rough to watch. I'm not going to click Hurricane. I actually think Hurricane's accuracy is dropped even further in a Sandstorm, I believe. Tyranitar does not get any priority moves, though. So it's possible they could switch into Scizor here, which honestly I think is like the right call. But that was a rough sequence for my opponent, because by Terrastalizing into a Dark type, they are no longer a Rock type. So first of all, they don't get the special defense boost from Sandstorm, and second of all, they now take damage from Sandstorm. So now they go into Scizor, and I should live a Bullet Punch because I'm a Steel type now. Wow, this is beautiful. I love this Moltres, everyone. It's so awesome. And again, something I didn't think about was with Citrus Berry, you can trigger Berserk more than once. So Berserk triggers when you go below half health. So if you go below half health, you automatically get a Berserk trigger, which boosts your special attack. And then the Citrus Berry will proc, which will heal you a little bit. And then if you go below half health again, you get another proc. So yeah, this is just awesome. I'm clicking Fiery Wrath here. I should live a Bullet Punch, but you never know. If their choice banded, this could kill me. Wow. Okay, well, it comes down to this then, everyone. I think I'm going to lose, actually. It's all right. It's all right. I'm pretty sure their choice banded, like I said, because, you know, they did massive damage in the beginning. My last Pokemon is, of course, Mimikyu, and I'm going to take massive damage from the Bullet Punch. I'm pretty sure I still die. I actually don't think I have, like, a good out here. I could Swords Dance. I think I'm better off swords dancing and just hoping for the best, honestly. I'm probably going to lose, like I said, but hey, I think that was a great game. Like, it started out looking really bad for us. I was pretty sure I was going to lose. And then that Moltres turned things around. And now here we are, you know, probably about to lose here. I do not think a +2 Shadow Sneak will one-hit KO Scizor. Of course, like I said, though, I am max attack, so... You know, it's not for lack of trying here. We're going to see what we do here. Good luck, Mimikyu. If Mimikyu kills here, I'm going to put it on every team. It's not. Oh, Scizor is so bulky. All right, it's okay. We did our best. Yeah, that game ended up turning out way better than I thought it would. So good games to my opponent there. Choice Banded Scizor. I love Scizor, and I was actually looking... I think on the usage stats, I think Scizor is in the top 10 most used Pokemon, and I think it makes an amount of sense. Like, it's bulky, it's got a great typing, offensively, defensively it has amazing. Sorry, that was a real stutter. Defensively, it has an amazing typing, and then offensively, it's really good as well. And I think one of the big reasons it's so good is because it can pressure Flutter Mane and Chien-Pao, and it's okay against Dragonite as well. So yeah, Scizor is in a really good position right now. So I definitely want to use it more. I've been trying it on some of my teams, and I love me some Scizor. It's just such an awesome Pokemon. So good games to my opponent. And again, that was a great game as well. I really love, something that makes me happy in this video is the fact that I got to show off Galarian Moltres multiple times, and not only that, but it actually looked pretty good, because like I feel like in the first video I did with it, it was okay, like it wasn't amazing, but in this video it definitely looked really good, and I advise you all to use it. You know, definitely try this team out. Galarian Moltres is honestly one of my favorite Pokemon from Sword and Shield, and it used to be so good in 8th gen in Sword and Shield because of Dynamaxing. You could use Max Airstream to boost your speed, and then it also got Roost once again. So it was robbed of Roost in this generation, which is really, really sad. But anyways, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it so much. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and even if you didn't celebrate it, I hope you had a wonderful week. And like I said, the DLC is coming very soon, so I'm really, really excited for that. I know all of the older starters are returning from all the other Pokemon games, so that's going to be really exciting. I'm going to try to use like Blaziken and Emboar and Serperior, and let me know which starter you're most excited to return to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. For me, it would probably be Blaziken, but there's a lot of good ones. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. We got pancakes over here. I'm going to try to see if I can make it look like the Greedent is saying that. But yeah, I hope you have a great day. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos, and I will talk to you next time.